Do you know what a recall session looks like? Do you know how you should be training recall? So I'm going to go through with Daphne, who's here for board and train, some recall. Okay, now she's only just got here. She has very low food motivation, so we're working on hand feeding. She's very soft and very submissive cavalier, and we're just going to be working through her recall, okay? Because she's from a London family, so she can only go to the dog park kind of areas, and they're struggling very heavily with the recall. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to swap from my slip lead to my long line. Now this isn't a super long line; it's quite a short one. That's just going to clip to her collar, and I'm either going to hold it or it's going to drag. Now, when I talk about recall and practicing recall, okay, I always say about doing it in 3 levels, okay? Level 1 is in your home environment, either indoors or in the garden. Level 2 is in an outside environment with very low distractions. And then level 3 is in an outside environment with high level distractions like dogs, squirrels, people, things like that, okay? So for her, it's a new environment, so we're working in like a level 2 sort of environment for her, okay? You can see we're getting a little bit of eye contact, not a lot. She's quite interested in being able to smell, okay? That's why I've got my shorter long line, because I want to be working at short distances in this environment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let her sniff and then I'll recall her. Okay, so we're going to walk around. Daphne, come. Yes. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good. Good. Let's go. Daphne, come. Yes. Good job. Good job. Let's go. Okay, so you see there what I'm doing, okay? It's her name followed by the come command. As soon as she makes that decision to turn her head and look at me and almost come towards me, I'm going to mark yes, and I'm going to start moving backwards, okay? This is going to create a little chase game, which is going to want to chase me and catch me and make myself a target, okay? And then once she gets to me, I'm going to pull her up into that sit front position. I'm going to reward her once for the recall. Then sometimes I'm going to pay her maybe 1, 2, 3 more times for staying in that sit position and keeping engaged on me, okay? It's important that our dogs just don't come and bounce away. We need to make sure they stay and wait for our next instructions, okay? Whether it's break, let's go, or onto a slip lead or whatever it might be. Okay, so we just try to make recall nice and fun, okay? I myself need to be super desirable to the dog, okay? Because if there's squirrels or other people out there, I need to become more desirable than them, and that's what's going to make her recall perfect, okay? So we continue to walk around and work on these things, okay? Now, it doesn't always need to be hand feeding. It can sometimes be just verbal and physical praise, especially for Daphne. She's a dog that very much likes physical praise, so it doesn't always need to be food, okay? Daphne, come. Yes, good job. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Let's go. So you see there, for a split second she was hesitating because she saw something in the distance, but she made that right decision, and as soon as she did, I marked yes and reward. Okay, now she's not a super lively dog, so sometimes what I like to do is play some luring games when they come to me. This just makes the recall more fun and enjoyable for them. Okay, now I'll try and give it a go with her. She's not a super lively dog, which is why it's always got almost sort of quite slow pace for her, okay? Daphne, come. Yes, good. So with a dog with a bit more energy, you can really see how that luring, fun game is going to make recall fun, okay? If they go, oh, every time, if we recall our dog and they think, oh, every time I come back, we play a fun little game, whether it's with food, with a tug, with a tennis ball, whatever it might be, again, that makes our engagement better with our dog and makes our desirability better, okay? Meaning that when we recall, we're going to be more desirable than that rabbit, than that squirrel, or whatever it might be, okay? Come. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Let's go. So in my few recalls so far, I've used almost no I've used no pressure from the long line, okay? So I haven't had to nudge her at all. Now usually I would let it drag. She's being quite a small dog, I don't want to cause any stress or pressure when it's not needed to be, okay? And because I know this environment, I'm going to unclip her from the long line and we're going to have a go at recall of the long line, okay? So she already knows that the difference between long line and not, because she's already run off a little bit. But we're going to try and keep that fun and excitement in a recall, okay? Daphne, come. Yes. Good job. Good girl. Good job. Good job. Heel. Let's go. Good girl. So unfortunately you were meant to see how far she went off camera, okay, but it wasn't too far, maybe 10 foot, 15 foot. As soon as I recalled her, she looked, and all we needed that head movement, okay? She looked towards me, I then marked yes, and she came running over and we reward, okay? So our dogs have to have a good understanding of our markers. Daphne, come. Yes. Good job. Good job. Good